Swim, bike, run, keeping it real with Garrick, Lowen, Jackson, Laundry, and Nicholas Chase. Plus everyone's favorite host, Lisa Becker-Rice. This is the Real Triathlon Podcast. Training, racing, no filter, all hard.
Welcome back to the Real Triathlon Podcast, powered by Training Peaks. This is the fastest hour in triathlon. Last week it was the fastest 2 hours. This week, I promise you, it'll be less than 2 hours because we have our beautiful leader, Nicholas Chase, has returned from Roth. We're going to get all into that. Before that, I think a lot of people ask us so often, they're like, how's your training? What are you doing? Where's your training at? You know? And we're going to, for the next couple months, here's what we're going to do. We're all getting ready for different races. We're at different points in our lives. And I think it's important that we let you in on some of our numbers, you know, like our training numbers. Where are we at? What are we doing? And Lisa is always just going off about her fitness, her form, her fatigue, where that CTL number is at. So today we're going to let you in on kind of where our training's at. Some of us are fat and out of shape. Some of us, you know, are just hammering it. Some of us just finished an Ironman or most of the Ironman. So therefore, their fatigue is probably going to be pretty high. So let's kind of get into it. Lisa, can you start us off with these numbers that you love?
Yes, I love these numbers because if you're a Training Peaks user, which if you're not, like, where do you keep your training? I don't know.
What do you do?
But I love watching the blue line like climb up, your CTL score climb up when you're like putting in big weeks. It's just very satisfying. But on the flip side, it's also like pretty depressing when you're getting ready for a race and that thing just like nosedives. But anyways, guys, my fatigue score is 146. My CTL is also 146, and my form is a 4.
And Lisa, how's that trending from last week?
It's trending up. CTL is going up, fatigue is going up, and my form is going down. Because I'm more recovered after my last race, and we're getting hitting 2 weeks of pretty solid training before backing off for Boise. So that's where I am. Feeling semi-good.
Semi-good. That's a key.
I also, just a quick side point, today when I was doing a run workout, I did 5 by 2 minutes. This is longest run workout, second run workout I've done since January. And our intro song was freaking stuck in my head the whole time. So, keeping it real. And I just put it out of my head. So if that happens to you and you're a podcast listener, can you let us know that is a catchy jingle and it's been getting stuck in your head?
It is a catchy jingle.
Yeah. But what are you guys? Okay, what are your guys' numbers?
You want to go next, Garrick?
I can go. They're pretty embarrassing. I will say, so I have not been training a ton. Last week, just because of my injury, but I'm getting back into it. Last week, I did train 20 and a half hours, even though that included 2 hours of walking.
That's good.
But at the end of the week, my form, so my fitness was at 94, which went up 4 points. Form is down to -6, and fatigue is at 118. So baby numbers, but you know what? I had fun last week, so.
But I think that's a baby numbers because you have a baby coming soon, which the baby what if it happens if Morgan goes into labor right now? Like, who produces
Well, if her water breaks now, we have like probably 6 to 24 hours before the baby comes, so we'll be able to finish the podcast.
We'll finish the podcast.
We're going to wait 11 days until you're having a kid, the 18th of July.
Which is, today we are filming, and it is Mr. Jackson Laundry's birthday. 33. Yeah.
Happy birthday, big guy.
Yeah. All right, Nicholas, give us your numbers, bud.
All right. Well, just a quick breakdown for those of you who probably have no idea what these numbers mean also. CTL is your chronic training load. Your ATL is your acute training load. And your TSB, or training stress balance. All of these are going to kind of give you a good indication of fitness earning and overall stress and like the daily stress or the daily training stress versus the cumulative training stress, and then the balance of all that with how you're feeling fresh. So I think that's important to look at what those numbers mean. For me, headed into Roth, I think I was like at a 151. And then, yeah, right around race day, right around 149. And then right now I'm at a 136 CTL. So it's probably going to drop since I'm not training over these last couple of days. Actually, what is today? Tuesday? So yeah, since Sunday, which feels like if I haven't trained a day, I haven't trained for like a year. Weird. Even though you're on like a plane the whole time, like I traveled the whole day. That was weird. So yeah, my form's at 14, which is up 33 points over the last 90 days because I tapered going into Roth. And then fatigue, we're decreasing fatigue still. I'm minus 41 over 90 days, but I am 107 at fatigue. So still a little high. So yeah,
nice. That's
how we use, I actually, when I plan athletes training programs, I actually look at these numbers all the time just to kind of see where we're digging holes and how if we keep the fatigue too low, too long, then you're going to be susceptible for injury. So if you're health coaching, those are good charts to have.
Yeah, I think when you're coaching, you're kind of just looking for trends, right? So
yeah,
it helps just provide a general trend of where stuff's going, and then you couple that with athlete comments, and it works out great. On the app, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but since the recent update, which it's probably been 6 months now, maybe 8 months since they updated the app, but at the top of the home screen, it tells you your fitness ramp rate.
Ooh.
And I found that interesting because I'm pretty sure it's relative to what historically you've done, but also where that CTL is trending. Mine right now says that I am keeping fit, which is of the 4 stages. It's stage 2. I have not seen that thing go to productive training or overreaching. I don't even know what the 4th one is since they've done the update. So I don't know what you guys have noticed on that.
Shoot, I haven't been paying attention to that very much, but I'm also apparently just keeping fit. Dang it!
Where's that located? You said on the home screen of what?
Of the app on your phone. Yeah, if you click the home and you scroll to the top.
It's like right
here. Oh, I don't think I have that. I need to adjust my charts. But I do think also something we should look at next time is the bottom thing of analytics. And we can look at our how we stack up over our like cumulative, like I'm in 78th percentile of something for 5-second power.
Oh,
I'm in 98th percentile for 90-minute power, 321 watts, baby. That's right. So that's all I know. Running too. Ooh, 99th percentile in everything on all my running. Look at that.
99th. Holy cow.
Must be because I'm old. I do turn 40 soon, so that's weird.
You do turn 40 soon.
Yeah. Cool.
Does it feel like you're like, I just have thinking about this today that I like have a vivid memory of when my mom turned 40. Like when I was a kid and my mom turned 40, I was like, oh my gosh, that's like old when you think about it, but it's not because we're like there. So.
Well, people in their 40s tend to say stuff like, I feel like my 40s are great because I care less about what everyone else thinks. I'm more set in my lifestyle and my finances, and there's like a more definite future of what you want to do because you've been doing it for 10 years in your 30s. Like 30s is when you kind of like generate all this shit, and then 40s I think is when you get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
that is, I do hear that that's like the golden decade for your life.
I think the 50s are going to be good too for me because I'm going to fucking hammer it so good.
Okay, guys. Nick, you just got back from Challenge Roth. Is that how you say it?
Roth, yeah.
Roth for us North Americans. And it maybe was not the most perfect day. You had to pull out 30K into the run because of a health event. How you feeling? Fill us in. How was, just give us a little race recap.
Yeah, I won't talk, you guys keep asking questions so it doesn't get too boring, but like I think I did a couple things differently this year that I would have changed. I think I would have still shown up like on a Monday or a Tuesday versus a Wednesday. I do think that one day kind of put me in the back foot of like getting things done and getting my sleep ready and then getting my gut ready. Because what happens is like I'm normally going to the bathroom at whatever, 5, 6 a.m. at my own home every single day. And then when you get to Europe, that's like 2:00. And so like you're going to the bathroom then, and then like it takes a while to get adjusted. So your morning movements changed. I was at altitude for a while, and I think I trained a little savagely at altitude. So I was maybe a little fatigued going into it. This is the first time going into a race where I only slept 3 hours. Like I've never been so restless in my life. Like I was just having a daze of maybe falling asleep and then being wide awake. It was really frustrating, to be honest. I've never yet experienced that. I'm not making excuses. I don't think like that negatively impacted everything, but I think everything kind of adds up when it comes to stress and recovery. I stay with my homestays that I've stayed with for the last 2 years. They're awesome. I've got tons of like I'm right near swim start. Food was eaten pretty good. Training was pretty okay. I felt pretty sluggish going into the race, but normally you do after you've traveled and all that shit. So into the race, like the start list like seemed like it was pretty stacked, but there was like it wasn't that stacked in terms of depth. It was like some crazy Europeans, but like everyone else was like not really as well known, I think. Did you guys notice that?
I think I agree. It was like pretty heavy. Like there were a couple big hitters,
Yeah.
and then I feel like there weren't like it wasn't like oh we
Yeah, it
have
wasn't like top 10 or 15 that were all like really well known. I mean, for the guys, I think it was more like you had Hogan Haug and Lange, a lot of world champions, in their own right, or Ironman champions. But it was really cool, honestly, to be amongst that small crowd, just because like Ben Hoffman came out and raced that, and he's like
his retirement race kind of.
well, he's not like even, saying like I'm retired. He's just like, I'm just racing less and doing whatever I want. And so I think he's just in a different space, but he had an okay day. He was excited about it. Like, I don't know, ask me some specifics about the race, cause I'll just drone on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so it was a swim skin race. Is it normally a swim skin race for pros?
This is like the first, I think, 2 years where it's been non-wetsuit for everybody.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, age group athletes had to also non-wetsuit keep their.
They had that heat wave the week before also, so I'm so glad I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the weather like for the race? I heard it was very windy on the bike.
Holy shit, it was windy. Like they had 4 helicopter emergency pull people off the course because they were so injured. Like the first loop for us was pretty okay. And honestly, like there's a long back stretch of the race course where we had a tailwind for a long time. So you probably saw like the boys were just flying on that backstep. Like I was doing 28 to 35 just a lot of the time at regular power. It was crushing it. But then crosswind sections, and I took that 100 mil front wheel, which I'm good with that. It doesn't bother me too much, but I was putting a lot of space between myself and the age groupers on the second lap of the bike because they were getting blown everywhere. And it was really sketchy on some of the spots.
Yeah. You said you did get a penalty on the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Tell us how that unfolded.
Yeah, I was so my race ranger just launched some new hardware. So the transponders were new. I did talk to James, the CEO, afterwards and messaged him and let him know that my transponder wasn't working. And, they look into that and they really take it seriously. So what happened was it would just never turn the guys in front of me. I would never really see a light until I was like making a pass, and within like 8 meters, it would just randomly hit red or a random color. So it was really sporadic, and then suddenly it just wouldn't work. So that was a bit annoying. But I honestly was like on my own pace, and I didn't have really many people in front of me except for like 2 or 3 times all day. Like Dreitz was the only guy who passed, and actually 2 guys. Dreitz passed late in the second lap, and Zachary Cooper passed late in the second lap, and then they were kind of gone, so I didn't see them again. but there was 2 or 3 guys behind me who like they'd kind of go up and around me on a climb, and then they were just not very good at descending through corners. And so I just repass them and I'd stay in the front. And so it went like that for most of the whole bike race. And then there's this one long climb, and then all of a sudden I got past, there was age groupers everywhere. And then I went over this hill. There's a steep, sharp down right, where the guy ahead of me he was not very efficient. And so I kind of came up on him, but then he was accelerating away. So that might have been where the point was. I certainly wasn't getting an advantage because we had to go outside the white line to get around age groupers. And that's when the moto came up to me right afterwards and gave me a penalty. And I was like dumbfounded. I didn't understand. Like, yeah, I did probably come in within 20 meters, but it was because of a swooping corner going around age groupers, and immediately he was taking off. Like, it wasn't like a traditional trying to sit behind his wheel and getting an advantage. So I was a little bit like, this is unnecessary, because they don't call penalties on climbs when everyone's bunched up. And when it's like safety, like this was a circumstance I felt like the dude could have just chilled out. So that pissed me off. And then like a minute later, I had to pass a group of people who were like 3 abreast on over the white line for like 10 seconds. And everybody was diving in and out of age groupers getting that jet stream. And I was just like trying to ride more outside of that, like that stream. And he came up and yelled at me again, like the German officials in general. And I'm not saying this is a negative, but it's just an observation. But like when it comes to rules and arguing them, they don't fucking budge, man. They do not give a shit about your opinion if they make a call. It is what it is, man.
Wasn't that something when Magnus Ditlev they like tried to DQ him in, was it Frankfurt last year?
Like
on
a
like
run
the
belt.
Yeah, like something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
what.
they've got like, Germans are rule followers to an extreme, and it doesn't matter if it's like there's not a one-off circumstance that they'll make an exception for. It's like, well, deal with it. This is the way it is. And so that really was not fun for me, because the first time I went up Solar Hill, like I had so much energy. Like I almost was like in tears at the top, because I just can't believe how energetic it is and how cool it is. And just every single you make eye contact with thousands of people, and they're all just like as stoked as they've ever been in your life. And I was like pointing at people, like, yes, mother effer, I'm coming for you. It was the best thing ever, man. And then like to have that guy just give me a bullshit penalty when, and I even told him, I was like, hey man, Race Ranger hasn't been working for me all day. He's like, yeah, I know, but that doesn't mean that you get to do whatever you want. I was like, are you fucking serious, man? Like, I'm alone up here most of the day. Come on. Yeah. So anyways, I got that penalty, second in my entire career of 15 years. So, whatever happens, 14 years, I guess.
And then, so you made it through the end of the bike.
Yeah, I actually still had the swim too. I had a decent swim. I was right off the back of Langa's group. The swim was pretty hot and heavy. I think I did swim with my race kit down. I was like, you know what? I'm going to see what it feels like to be in a swim skin and not have sleeves on. And it felt so good. Yeah. But putting sleeves back on is the fucking worst. And I even tried to hack it. Like in my helmet bag, I had put like a plastic trash bag so I could put my arm through it and then try to get my sleeve up faster without it sticking my skin. And it worked on the first sleeve. I got it all the way up. The second sleeve, I thought that volunteer was going to rip my suit apart with how hard she was stretching that bastard. Oh my gosh, don't do it. Not worth it.
I say, and like the P1X Zoot kits, I really like them, but the arms are quite tight. Yeah, so it's like you put that thing on, you leave it on.
Yeah. I am not doing that again. It felt great to swim without sleeves on, but it was just not worth the bear of struggle to put that thing on when it was wet and I was wet.
Yeah. Putting anything on when you're wet is just like a disaster.
That is what she said. But so anyways, I was onto the bike. So anyways, nutrition plan, just to kind of preface this, like my nutrition, I've always practiced pretty much the same way. Of course, in training, I'm not running, over 2 hours off the bike. So a little bit of hoping things go well. And in the past, when I've had decent Ironmans, this has been pretty much the same protocol. The weather was not too hot. It was just really, really windy, overcast. The temperature was like high of 70 something. So it wasn't that bad. I think I sweat a few times on climbs and that was it. So getting onto the run, first 10K felt, moving, was going like 550K or 450 per kilometer, or wait, no, 350 per kilometer to like so like probably 610s to 620 pace around there, running really strong. I did not like the Cloud Boom that I was gifted by Matt Hansen. I just didn't really love those shoes, but I was like, I'm going to run them anyways and see if I can love them eventually. I just didn't feel good in them.
Are those the ones without the laces?
No, those are like those are way probably fancier. These were just the ones you can buy. Those didn't feel the best, and my feet were a little bit kind of like blistery. But then like I immediately after I took I think I took like in the first half marathon like 100 and I was taking 80 grams an hour on the run either way. So I had like a side stitch, which is notorious for me on a marathon after a long bike, especially in Cozumel and especially at Texas this last year. And I think what happens is with the concentration of fuel that I'm taking on the bike, and I still was peeing on the bike, so I knew I was like hydrated. I wasn't like not drinking. Every aid station, I'd drink water, I'd drink my sodium mix, but I think it just wasn't digesting for some reason. I don't know why. So I was just burping up stuff. I had side stitch and I had to stretch after about an hour of running a few times. And then it just got progressively worse. I kept taking in fuel because I knew I needed energy at some point to keep going. But then after like 25K, I took a gel with another 100 milligrams of caffeine, and 15 minutes later in the cobbles of Roth, where it's like 30K exactly, like I was just walking like a drunkard, and my hands started to get tingly and numb. My lips got numb, and I was just like the most fatigue I've ever felt like in my life. I was like, I just need to go to sleep. And I sat on this windowsill, leaned my head on it, and just was like breathing shallow. And just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to come back to life? I was just like in such a weird stupor. And then these girls came over and they were just checking on me. Some people would check on me and they'd be like, I guess we're going to keep walking and see, move on with our life. He's probably all right. And then these girls came up and they were asking me questions. I was like barely able to respond. And then I started like shivering because I was wet. It was a little cloudy and windy. And I just started shivering uncontrollably. So they put all their warm clothes on me. Then they got help from the race. And then about 45 minutes later, the ambulance came and got me, and they picked me up and put me on this freaking bed gurney thing, which they couldn't even get into the, took them 20 minutes to try to load me into the damn ambulance. I was like, boys, they kept like rolling me forward and dropping and rolling me back and then rolling forward, dropping. I was like, I'll try to walk. I don't know, man, this ain't working. So blood sugars were fine by the time they measured me. Blood pressure was okay. Body temperature was like pretty low. But like that was 2 hours of just feeling terrible. So something happened where my gut wasn't emptying. I wasn't absorbing, and must have just been such muscle and liver glycogen must have been so low that my body went into pure survival mode. So it's the best I can come up with. And I talked with Scott Tyndall at Fuel In, and I think we've got a couple things we can try through a different couple fueling sources, maybe some more fructose versus just straight maltodextrin in whatever products they use. I don't know. I'm going to look into it, but I got to get over this thing. It drives me nuts when I see all these top end athletes consistently never fucking having an issue, always showing up. Like, it's so much respect to them also, but like when you can run and perform and feel like you've got energy, there's such a different vibe on course. And like for halves, I can always nail that. And for fulls, I'm like 3 for 8. Like, it's just tough to get on a full for me.
I just don't. It's hard because you just can't test some of those things because you never put yourself into that specific race day scenario.
Yeah, I'm not doing like a 6-hour swim bike run day.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. So that's really tough. But I do have a question about so you took a trip to the ER in Germany.
Well, not necessarily ER, just the med tent. I got picked up by an ambulance.
Okay.
It was just like the triage at the race site.
Okay, got it. I was just going to ask because, like, did you get travel insurance for this race? And do you guys normally get travel insurance when you go out of the country?
I usually do. This one I did not.
Okay.
Just because
Garrett, do
I'm
you?
familiar with it.
We have travel insurance through like our regular insurance. We just got to tell them that we're traveling, and it's like I think it's
Yeah,
like
Canada.
$20 or something like that.
Okay.
No, this is our US one with Morgan.
Oh. Well, yeah,
That's interesting. Yeah.
maybe
I
a
have to look
normal,
into
normal
it.
health insurance does.
Just because it's like things like, especially racing is like can be a dangerous thing. Like Jackson yeeted himself off of like a mountain in Nice. Like I don't know if he had
Yeah,
travel
the
insurance.
thing is, a lot of the travel insurance will like specifically say that they don't cover professional athletes competing. So if it happens in race, yeah. So Jack that was like a whole issue because he specifically got an insurance through our federation that said it should be covered, and they still tried to deny him.
Oh,
I don't want to speak on it too much, but he would have to elaborate on that.
Yeah.
That would be something like a race organization, USAT, a governing body. Like they should give us a plan to buy into.
Yeah, because it's worth it. Most of us go race in other countries, and if something happens, it's like your SOL. Are you going to be slammed with huge medical bills from that country? Probably not as bad as if you're like traveling to the U.S. as a foreigner. We'll slam you
Yeah.
with hundreds of thousands of
But-
dollars in medical bills.
But a lot of travel credit cards, if you book the whole trip on the one credit card, it includes some sort of insurance. You just got to look into it.
Okay, interesting. Well, that's good to know. So, Nick, obviously back to the race. You had to go back to the med tent and get triaged and kind of hopefully came around a little bit
Yeah.
more. What did the next couple hours look like? Did you go back to your homestay? Did you feel
Oh,
better
man.
as the day went on? Like, how do you, I mean, I've DNF'd races, Garrick has DNF'd races, but how do you come back from that, like, mentally? Because I think even more so than physically, it's like such a mental toll because Ironmans are so long and you prepare for them for such a long time.
I think there's a couple. I mean, I've had a few DNFs due to nutritional stuff where I haven't had a choice because there's nothing I could do to continue. And this was one of the rare circumstances where, like, there was nothing bringing me back to be able to compete or finish this race. Like, I accepted that. I think, looking back and thinking all the work and going to Park City and all the stuff and high hopes I had for this race, like, I think you just have to leave all that behind because there's no point, honestly, like, because it'll just make you upset. And I think trying to find the positives of, I got to meet up with so many partners and sponsors, and we had 5 athletes racing from RTS there, and just being able to see my homestays again and knowing that I can still go back next year and try again. But I think the hardest part about Challenge Roth, as an American going over there who's also a pro, because at most Ironman events, like, we can have a couple nice things allocated for us, but they don't do that at this race where I couldn't get my bike until 6:30. Nobody can get their bike. They don't allow pro athletes to get their bikes any earlier. And at a race of this magnitude, like, it is like a music festival. Like, you can't, like, the logistics, even trying to move from one part of the area to the other, like, it takes 30 minutes because there's racers coming in. They got to control traffic. There's foot traffic. There's food and everything. Like, the level of craziness it's like there's a music concert with thousands and thousands, 30,000 people going on, and a race with other thousands of people going on. And then there's people trying to live their life. So, like, I sat there for like 3 or 4 hours just hanging out, chatting with people. I took a shower. Like, they've got a nice hot shower area, but, like, couldn't get my bike until 6:30. And then I had to go ride my bike like 10 kilometers, or maybe not 10 kilometers, maybe like 5 or 6 kilometers back to my homestay because cars can't even drive on the road at that point. It's like all closed down still. Like, the logistics of movement at this race are really fucking hard because they close the roads. You can barely take bikes on anything. Like, you're kind of stuck. So that's my only neg. And my second neg for this race is the bibs, man. The race bibs are made out of some, like, fucking paper mache or something. Every year I race, like, it just comes off like it gets wet and it disintegrates. Like it is the worst race bib number I've ever used in my damn life. And I guess it's might be like a European thing, because like some of the pro athletes will have like those sleeves. Yeah, the plastic sleeves they put them in. Like, why the fuck? Just give me a number that doesn't deteriorate throughout the race, and like we'll be all right. So that was the only other gripe I had.
Yeah.
They do give you 2 race numbers, but it's also just completely ridiculous that they make you wear your race numbers on the bike. Like, it's so archaic and outdated. Just get rid of that.
Yeah, it's Bavarian and German triathlon, man. Like what are all these federations just made of like the biggest geezers who have no fucking clue? That's all, like, because they bring the federation into the pro meeting and they're all back there. And it's like a bunch of 60 and 70-year-old guys who, I don't know when the last time they raced or had any experience with going fast, but like they don't know shit, man. And like we need some actual pros to be officiates or officials.
So is that what you're gonna say when you retire from triathlon? That's gonna
I'm gonna like recruit a bunch of other badass officials who like know some shit and can handle like making good decisions based off common fucking sense. Jeez. Oh, by the way, did you see Sam Laidlow truck into athletes going up Solar Hill on the second time? That guy needs to have a tongue lashing for that type of behavior. That was inappropriate.
It gives me like the win at all costs type of vibe, and I'm like very against that type of vibe. And I don't know, I feel like Solar Hill should be like a no pass zone on the second, like you're just stuck. Wherever you are, you're stuck.
I think it is a no pass zone.
Really?
They don't say anything about it at all in the briefing as it being a no pass zone, but it might be implied. But for sure, the first time the pros go up there, we're hauling up Solar Hill. The crowd is partying. This is the biggest energy. Second lap, age groupers are also in that lineup, and they're climbing hella slow. All right, and so if you're a pro, you're just like, oh, I got to get around it. And like, there's a video. I'll tag the YouTube video in the show notes for the video on YouTube. Garrick, you can probably put it in the audio notes. But Sam Laidlow is going up the hill and he's trying to pass a few age groupers, and he's kind of like ping-ponging off the crowd. Like he hits a guy's arm and everyone's like just excited, and you're supposed to just be loving that moment, and he just can't help but try to pass everybody for his course record until he freaking shoulders a young child, like it looks like a kid or a young teenager, and then he bounces off hard to the left and puts another guy who's on his bike into the crowd, and the crowd holds him up. Like his behavior going up Solar Hill on round 2 like was just appalling.
That's pretty sad. I appreciate you calling him out though. I think that's like those things should be called out, because you're giving all triathletes a bad rap. And there's a level of professionalism and just human decency that just like your race isn't the most important thing in the world.
No, it's not. Not if you're going to like put other people in harm's way in a part of the course where everyone is just there to have a good time and support each other. And you're just like bouncing through people, can't be bothered to slow down. And it might have only cost him like literally a minute and a half or something like that. Like, I don't know. I just don't think it was good sportsmanship.
Well, he did get his world record by like a couple seconds. So
well, that would have cost him then if he did not.
Maybe it was worth
crush up Solar Hill. But like, I don't know. I think world records in triathlon are. I mean, maybe he gets a huge bonus, and maybe that's a good chunk of money. But I don't know that cost of it right then and there. They need to have a bypass on the second lap for pros, or they need to just be like, look, on the second lap, just don't pass.
Yeah, make it a no passing zone. I think it sucks where you get stuck where you get stuck.
It kind of just is what it is. I don't know if he saved that much time. I know the record was super close, so that might have made it or broken it.
Could have been.
But
I doubt it though, because the way that you're expending energy trying to get around people, just conserve and relax.
Yeah, he might have not actually gained that much time, because there's still people in front of him, right? So like, yeah, it's like when you come up to traffic, if you pass 2 cars, and then you hit traffic, you didn't
It's on
actually
the same
save any
line.
time. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
It's like when you I love this analogy because it just fucking happened to me. I'm dropping a lot of curse words today, so apologize. When you get off of an airplane in Europe, specifically in Europe, when you've got the freaking the rushing like from the back of the plane to try to get to the front, and then like they only get like 3 steps and everyone's crowding the aisle, so they got nowhere. And then they just made everyone else really uncomfortable by just trying to surge ahead. Like, just wait your turn, man. We're all got to get. I get it if like you're running really late and you're nice about it and you ask to like go around, because I had to do that. I almost missed my connecting flights. So, anyways, off topic. What's next?
Yeah. All right. Lisa wanted to talk about Lucy Charles's outfit.
Oh yeah,
I do, because I was like, this is so baller and so cute. I'm
wasn't that like Holly Lawrence's outfit every time though?
no, so Holly Lawrence would wear like a bathing suit, like a one
Oh,
piece.
a one piece.
Yeah, but she rocked the 2-piece, like old school. Like probably not many people could actually like pull it off. I couldn't. There'd be too many things like jiggling, and I'd
That
be
was just for the run, though, right? Like that was just a regular
Yeah,
run
yeah,
kit. That's
just-
what the
Oh, yeah.
Adidas or the Asics athletes wear.
Okay, yeah. But I was like, this is so cool. And I don't know, probably like a very freeing feeling just being like running in something different than what you've been in the past like 5 hours. So
It did make sense now, because she did ask in the pro brief if there was like a change tent. So she must have absolutely needed that.
yeah. Or just wanted, I don't know, experiment, wanted it. Like maybe it was a little bit, I don't know, cooler. I don't know. But I say like
so-
the
good
fashion
idea.
vibes, feel good, you race good. So, or you
Here's
feel
my
do
question.
that.
I see a lot of, or not a lot, but you know, I often see like the elite athletes. So like Lionel gets changed. A few guys do get changed. Some women get fully changed. Are they like the change tent is pretty open? Are they just like even in an Ironman, are they just whipping it out and
I've
just
thought of
like
that
getting changed?
too.
I've never seen that, but I'm like, that's the reason that I've never actually done it, because I'm like, I don't know if I'd be cool just like getting naked here.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
call it a
Everybody.
change tent, but it's pretty open and there's a
Not-
lot of people in there.
Like wide
Yeah,
open.
and like they bring the media in, like the cameras and stuff, and they're like
Yeah,
filming you with your
especially
shoes on.
challenge
You're like,
Roth.
okay, I'm gonna just get naked real quick. Like, can you, Toffer, can you just turn around for a second
Yeah.
and take the
There
video
might
off?
have been a modesty area. I don't know, but that would make sense. Like, let's say the change tent with all the chairs, and then there's like a little separate area you could walk behind or something.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I'm not taking the extra time to like cover myself with a towel to do it. You know, like if I'm doing it, I'm going full on, but I don't want to. So that's why I've never done it.
I feel like if I did an Ironman, I'd want to change. I don't know, something
Yeah.
like
You
like
like that, but then like the compression of your suit kind of feels good when you're running.
yeah.
It only feels bad when you pee, and then you're like, oh man, I must have like some saddle abrasions because everything stings.
It stings. You're like,
Yeah.
Like your kit's just rubbing raw all day long. Oh my word. I can't believe we spend that much time in a race kit and then we're like, yeah, I'll just wash it. It's still good. Like, let's burn that shit. It's probably tainted with hell.
it's valid.
All right. Let's kind of move on here. Lisa's got a hard out in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I
You
got
said
dinner date. I got a hot
Yeah.
date with my husband. We're gonna go eat
All right.
steaks, and I'm so
It's
Nice.
2 a.m.
So-
for me on my time, so I agree. I need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to correct something because I was editing the podcast and it was super cringy when I was listening to myself. I when we were talking about volume of training, for some reason I tried to say like, oh, you know, a hockey player plays maybe 76 of 84 games, and I said, but compared to a hockey player who plays 50, and I meant a basketball player because they have this about the same number of games, but basketball players play less. So when you're comparing like volume runners to swimmers and cyclists, it's similar to looking at like comparing the other sports. So I just wanted to clear that up because I was like, what am I saying?
I didn't
Anyways,
know what you
all
were
right.
saying either.
Yeah.
Did anyone
So that
cancel
was-
you?
I don't know. It didn't make any sense. I was gonna edit it out, but then I was like, you know what? Joe put it up on the video, so I can't edit out of the audio. But let's kind of just move on to
Half a smile
All
Nice.
right.
Oh, I had the first one. Pass or
all
smash.
right.
Racing in Europe.
Oh man.
I'm gonna smash it. I've always had a good time racing in Europe. I've done a couple Ironmans over there and some short course stuff, and I've found it fun. I like the community vibe over there, but the travel can be meh.
I'm gonna pass. I would rather just train in Europe and not race. It's so amazing to train and relax and like enjoy the beautiful roads and the culture without knowing that you have to race. I would rather just train and enjoy it.
Yeah. But when you race, it just seems like everyone cares there. You know, like people care about the race. You go to a lot
dude.
of races around here and nobody cares.
Yeah, the fandom of Europe is smash, but how you feel when you're racing, there's usually a pass.
I'm with you. I'm pass. I think Europe is such a hard place to travel to, and I've only been a handful of times. And most of the times is when I was like guiding, and that in itself is like hard travel logistically. But I just don't think anything in Europe is easy. And maybe I think Europeans think that it's a lot easier than it is. But for us Americans, where everything is like spoon fed to us, like we have SUVs that fit bikes. You go to the grocery store. There's so many like just easy
That is,
things.
yeah.
Highways, like we have highways and they're big and there's cars, and I'm not saying big
Europe
cars
has that.
And there's
What?
parking.
and
Europe
there's
has that.
yes.
Yeah,
And
parking is not fun in Europe.
I think grocery shopping is also like a very different cultural experience. Where I'm
Oh my
like,
gosh, because they just like scan your shit and throw it down there and you're like trying to bag it. You're like, I can't bag this fast. And like, then you pay and you're still trying to bag it and they're throwing someone else's shit down there. You're like, guys, I need some like a tour guide here. Well, how the fuck do I do this?
I don't know. It's so culturally hard, and maybe it's only just like the handful of countries that I have been in Europe, but maybe it's easier in like other countries in Europe, but it's just yeah, I get so overwhelmed. And I also, Nick, I don't know what the best day to travel to Europe is, like as an American. I don't know if like for Nice for the 70.3 Worlds, I'm planning on coming on, like I'll get there on a Saturday, which is like a week out from the race.
I think a week out is great.
Good. Yeah, it gives
A
you enough
week-
time to like get onto the time zone and stuff, but
Yeah,
I'm just
I-
smashed. That time difference like crushes me.
I don't know. Like, I think it's really easy to go because I was 8 hours ahead. It felt easier to like, it depends on when you travel. Like, if you sleep on the flight when everyone's sleeping and you arrive at like 10 or 11 a.m. in Europe, I feel like that's better because then you kind of have all that daylight to fight through and then make your first night when it's dark. I think that that's key. But arriving late in Europe, like 8 or 9 at night, like that would be tough.
See, I heard Kirsten Casper on a different podcast say that like she likes to arrive at night, so like you get there and the first thing you do is like go to bed, and then
Yeah,
you
that-
wake up and start the next day.
Yeah, that's probably good too. I mean,
But I don't know. I feel like most of
Yeah.
the options from the U.S. are we take a red eye flight to Europe and wake up and you don't know what country you're in, what the language you're speaking, and where you need to go.
Yeah.
I find it's the toughest when your flight to Europe is fairly short. So like you don't get, if it's like only like a 6 hour flight, like sometimes the flight from, if you fly like Boston
yeah.
to London or Boston to whatever, Portugal, like somewhere in Portugal, it's like 5 hours, 6 hours. And you're like, oh, there's no time to do anything. Like you sleep for like an hour
Yeah.
and then you're just wrecked.
I think there's one thing I want to bitch about real quick. No, I'm going to grind my gears. I'm going to save it.
Okay. We only have one more pass or smash, it looks like. So there's two type of people out there. There's the people that ask if you get enough protein, and the people, when they hear people say, did you get enough protein? They say, but are you getting your fiber? So
Who says that?
are you a protein person or a fiber person? This is my question. It's kind of a pass or smash, but if
I'm
you smash the
consumed-
protein, smash
I'm
the fiber.
consumed by American marketing, so of course I'm protein. Like no one's marketing fiber unless you're in your 60s.
Yeah, but I haven't thought about fiber in a long time. Doesn't fiber just help you poop or something? Or
Yeah, it helps you
Hydration?
absorb
I don't know.
nutrients.
yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like
it's
I don't know.
both of these are very important. There's just two types of people. And I do think, like, you know, I'm pro protein. I'm team protein.
Team protein.
But the fiber people, sometimes, man, they just get in there and they just like, they're like, all they care about. They're like, yeah, I know you're getting protein, but you really need fiber. You just need the fiber. That's all that matters is the fiber.
I need to meet one of these people and have this experience, because I've never met someone who's been like, guys, can we wait, hold the phone. Is everyone getting enough salad today? I need to increase your fiber intake, please, or everyone order a salad.
I mean, do you think our level of fiber that we're getting on a daily basis, because we train so much, is lower because we avoid a lot of like fruits and vegetables during the day? Or at least I do, like when I'm training. I don't want to like...
Yeah, I don't think most people get enough fiber.
I think you can get
I'm not a
lot at
fiber
night.
person.
Yeah, you could just have a salad and be good. I don't
Just
know.
have veggies and greens after your last session of the day. You still get a lot in.
Yeah.
Or you can blend it up, and then you can still drink your whole fruits and stuff as fiber.
You can supplement it too. You can get your gummies. They're so good.
Metamucil, baby.
All right. So let's kind of move on, unless you guys have another pass or smash that you want.
I probably do. I'm just like, my brain is not functioning at the moment.
Yeah, that's totally fine. So,
Grinds my gears.
Ooh,
all right.
grinds it, baby. All right, let me go. Let me grind this one out real quick. Is that okay, Lisa? Because this one,
Yeah, you
I
can
feel
go.
like it's a violation of human rights. What's going on right now, and we've all just been having to deal with it. And it has to do with international travel and flying. All right, the cost of laying down is it's a human rights violation. The fact that you're forced to pay a mediocre price so you can sardine yourself in with everyone else just so you can sit in a fucking chair that reclines 3 degrees for numerous hours and try to find comfort and sleep. Like, but then, oh yeah, you can lay down for an additional $6,000 to $8,000, ladies and gentlemen. This is bullshit. This is the biggest, like, somebody's designed planes better that has like a stack system where, let's say we all get on the plane and we're all just like sitting. And then like after an hour or two, they're like, all right, we're all going to go to lay down mode. And then it just kind of like everything kind of Tetrises itself. And then we got legs under people and people under legs. And we're all kind of like figuring it out. There's got to be a fucking system. Hear me out. Okay.
I agree on that for sure, because it is so uncomfortable to be on an international flight and like have no, like, I can't sleep sitting up and or like slightly inclined.
Yeah.
But also, even if you get the step above the economy, like, I don't know.
Like Economy Plus?
Oh yeah. You get like a little foot rest that goes, dude. Like,
Yeah, but that
doesn't do
also
anything.
sucks.
Yeah,
It
doesn't do
also
anything.
sucks. You just don't, it's so uncomfortable. But then you think about it, you're like, well, okay, I'm going to save $8,000 and I'm just going to be uncomfortable for 8 hours and be fine. But
Well,
it should, yeah, there should be another airline. We should come up with an airline.
But I've done the lie flat seats a couple times. Like Morgan and I did it on our baby moon one way,
Yeah.
the overnight or whatever, and it's not that comfortable.
Don't you
It's
tell me
okay.
that.
Like,
look me in the
it's
eye
good.
look me in the eye when I'm sitting for 9 hours,
But
and you're laying
it's-
down and tell me it's not comfortable.
It's a little
bastard.
overrated.
No, it's not. I would do terrible things to lay down forever on a flight from here on out. Whatever it is, I would do it. Hire me to do your dirty work as long as I can fly laying down for an international flight for the rest of my life, and I will do it.
All I know is when I flew to New Zealand a couple of years ago, Greg Harper was on my flight and he had gotten first class, and I was back with the peons and the economy people. And he just looked so much more refreshed after the flight than I was. I was
Yeah.
absolutely destroyed. And he's like,
I'm
we got a couple meals. I got a good
I'm sure it
stretch."
adds up for like a long, like 15-hour flight. It probably does make a difference. Like, it probably scales pretty good.
Yeah.
All I know is
Yeah.
basically every time that I get on a flight that's got that nice lay down and they're all, I feel like I'm on the Titanic and I'm Leonardo DiCaprio. Like I'm with the rats with all the boxes, and I'm trying to get comfortable on a cardboard piece of paper situation. And like, meanwhile, upstairs, they've got their cigars and cigarettes, and they've got luxury. And those motherfuckers just look down on you as you walk by. I can't stand this first class system.
You ever just like look up the aisle at the people in first class and you're like, how do they afford? Because you like looked at the ticket price and you're like, how did they? What did they do?
Most of them are just getting perks through points, and there's like, it's not no one. I don't think a lot of people are paying full price, but I think like there's a society of things that are happening I'm not part of.
Yeah, every time we've done it, it's been points. So I always assume that like most people probably do it on points. But
no,
I usually just try to like stumble up there and just fart and just crap up them once. Like you guys can at least smell something terrible today for 10 minutes. Deal with it.
But what you don't see are the people who have private jets who are paying like $125,000 per trip to go from the U.S. to Europe.
I don't understand. But speaking of billionaires and millionaires, everyone's favorite couple got married this weekend in New York City. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Big deal.
I'm going to put that on my list of things to immediately forget.
There's people who traveled. People traveled to New York just to be there while they got married.
God,
That
that's
is
sad.
crazy. People were
so
like,
sad.
yeah. And people, I don't understand like people who stalk famous people. Like, what do you want from them?
What do you live for? Like, are you like, what's going on? That's like
everyone has their thing that they like, you know?
Yeah. I mean, who am I to
enjoy.
judge too harshly? Except for those bastards who created airline seating. Those stupid bastards are rude.
It's funny you say that because I have a buddy who works in private equity and they own a like discount, like a budget airline. And I was just talking about it. And he's like, like when we have different sections and the seats are closer together or the seats don't line up with the windows because we added more seats. He's like, that's basically what I do. And I'm like, dude, everyone hates you.
Yeah, he's like, how can I limit everybody's leg room by 3/4 of a centimeter so we could squeeze one whole extra row in there? You bastards.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they do. And he showed me this like whole calculation sheet and stuff, and I was like, oh, dude, people hate you so much.
Don't advertise your job.
Why isn't airfare less expensive for the major companies who have all this shit by now? Like, why haven't they streamlined it? Why is everything more expensive? Why isn't that less? That's all they do.
Why haven't the planes gotten faster in the last 60 years?
Well, that's because
there's a whole reason. It's all
why hasn't America adapted high-speed rail or public transportation to kind of help offset the cost of owning a vehicle?
Okay. Now you just sound like a communist, Nick.
The high-speed rail, like they're making this, like they've spent probably 10 plus years working on I-25 in Colorado that basically goes from Colorado Springs to Cheyenne, Wyoming. And they've just spent so much money like building an extra lane like of that highway. And Steve keeps telling me this, that like when you add an extra lane, it doesn't actually help with traffic. I don't understand the philosophy of it.
It makes it worse. There's like a theory behind it. It's called something. So the bigger you make the highway, the more cars that come to the highway.
Yeah, so it's not going to help alleviate traffic or whatever. But like, why can't they just put a high speed rail? Like boom boom, like that would be.
Well, you just got to look at California. They're doing a great job with that high speed rail.
Yeah, what 15, 30 years later, I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Is that
How
the one
many
that's
billions of dollars?
God,
just look it up. We don't need to get into that. It's hilarious. It's so corrupt. It's like it's comical. So look into that at your own peril or time. But Lisa's got a hard out. So let's rip through these real quick. Lisa, I think the next one's yours.
Yes, this one is just driving me crazy because this happened at the gym the other day. So people who don't understand lap swimming etiquette. So for context, I go to like the main swimming pools where I do most of my swimming, but my gym has like 4 lap lanes And that's like when it's holidays and the normal pool is closed, I'll have to go to. And it's like 85 degrees. It's really uncomfortable. But it's usually like open. But sometimes there's like you have to get in and you have to share a lane. So that was the situation. I was like, I had to get in and I had to share a lane. So I, like this girl is swimming, like I don't know what type of interval she's doing. She hasn't stopped swimming. So I put my feet like I hang them off the wall in the lane. So like when you're flip turning,
You can
you
see
can
them.
see like, oh, someone's feet there. Oh, let me like just pop up for a second. Like, hey, can we split or circle, whatever. She flip turned 3 times, like in front of my feet. And I kept moving closer and closer to the center. So like she would see my feet and she kept just like flicking her legs over and like splashing me really big every time she flip turned. And she started at like the opposite side of the pool. So that's where all of her stuff was. And I just like sat there and I looked at this other girl. I was like, what is going on? I feel like this is like, what am I supposed to do in this situation to get someone's attention? That's like,
You throw all their shit in the pool.
I was just like, this is insane to me. Like, I don't know. But anyway, she finally stopped doing her like 1,000 repeat. And at the other side of the pool, and I'm like, hi, like yelling from the side, like, hi. And she just like ignored, like, I'm like,
She probably did it on purpose because she did not want to share a lane.
I know, but I'm like, girl, I chose you because you are not have your arms out to the side. You're swimming the prettiest. Like I chose you for a reason. So if you don't want me to share with you, just start swimming worse. And I finally got her attention, and she's like, oh yeah, like, do you want a circle? I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'm doing an easy swim. I don't care. I'll stay out of your way.
Yeah.
But it took forever, and I was like, what was going through this person's mind, or did she just honestly not see me? It was driving.
I feel like the level of awareness for some people, it doesn't comprehend to me. Like if somebody is next to me and I can feel them looking at me, like I know to look. But like some people they have no clue that the world exists aside their eyesight.
Yeah. It's like they have those horse blinder things on. And that's
They're just so like in their head, they just don't give a F about you.
Yeah. It was
That's a good one.
That's what was grinding.
Yeah, I try to be overly nice to people at the pool and like accommodating because like some people, it makes them like anxious about sharing lanes and swimming and stuff, and I'm just like welcoming, like, come on guys, we're all in this together, let's just have a good experience. And if you're like mean or you have any sort of like attitude, it just ruins the whole swim.
It's
and
bad.
Like,
and
it ruins the dynamic in the lane.
Day.
Let's just all work together.
Let's just have fun, guys.
The second I see someone trying to get into my lane, I just start doing like 3 times butterfly all the time. Like I'm straight butterfly until they leave.
Oh, it's great. No, you can come in. I'm just gonna do I got a set of like fly here. You want to jump in with me?
I'm gonna put my dinner plate sized paddles on for a second.
10 by 1,000 fly. I don't know what you're gonna do. Can we end on a spin my crank real quick just for 10 seconds?
Absolutely.
Driving on the Autobahn, okay, in general, is so good. There's tons of speed changes, which is a bit of annoying, but everybody is looking in the rearview mirror. The far left lane is the fastest lane you'll ever drive in. I was like cruising at 100 and people were passing me at like 110. And everyone, the second that they pass somebody going slower, they get out of the lane. They're just like, oh, I don't belong in this lane because I'm not passing anybody. Let me get the fuck out of there. And it's the best.
People in Germany just get it.
Yeah.
Like they've been drilled like how to properly drive, and they just get it. Like why you shouldn't be in the left lane, when to be in the left lane.
Yep.
They just understand it.
Oh, and the guys who were parking the cars in the parking garage for all the rental cars, they were driving around like it was a rally race. Every Mercedes, all I heard was, like I almost got killed 3 times by the guys parking cars. Like I was like, these boys are on it.
That's awesome.
All right. That's all I got for today, folks.
All right, guys. Well, I guess let's wrap this up. So until next time, peace.
Ho.
Ow.
Support Pillar Performance and buy SILCA tools.
I got ish to do, flying through the sky in my parachute, dancing on the couch like I'm Tommy Cruise on a one-man mission trying to see it through.